What you talking about now, Cine? I don't know, but you're gonna get some nuggets out of it though. But first, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn that bell on. There's a new video series dropping every Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with the random jam session whenever I'm in my bag. You do not want to miss out. Also, be sure to check out my books, man. The link's in the description below, right along with my vegan class if you're trying to go plant-based and stay plant-based. I'm telling you, it works. Oh, and lastly, be sure to follow me on Instagram at _just_scene_. The nuggets I don't put over here, I put over there, so you can always get me when you need me. But you ain't really coming for all of that. Peace, love, knowledge, and freedom. I'm out. You know what I'm saying? Periodic isolation is not wrong. You know what I mean? Now, if you're doing it to escape, if you're doing it for that, like that's different. But you're still gonna have to sort it out. The universe is gonna put you through some shit. You know, it's gonna put you through some shit to send you to yourself. You feel me? Now, within yourself, this is why the self-mastery has to be known, because when you go into those isolation modes, this is why a lot of stuff has to be imposed the way it is, because when you go into those isolation modes, you now have to call on something else. Something outside of you has to sit with you while you're there. And we can talk about it and play the semantics all we want to, like this is what brought me out of that situation, but that whole time it was you. That whole time it was you. Like, these things don't have permission without our say-so. You feel what I'm saying? They don't have the ability to thrive within our lives unless we give it permission to. So that's just, that reality for self, reality for self, And to master yourself is not a difficult thing as much as people would want it to believe, Meditation and prayers, they're both important. But then you get to a point where meditation is more important than praying. To where you only have to meditate because you don't have to pray, because then you understand that praying is talking to yourself. I get that people say they're praying to these deities or whatever it is, but it's like at the end of the day, you're talking to yourself. You're talking to yourself and you're listening to yourself, sending the information back. So meditation, between prayer and meditation, is where you find that bridge between your consciousness, because prayer is basically when I send the message up. Meditation is when I bring the message back down. You feel what I'm saying? But they're teaching us that, okay, what we're praying to is outside of us. So when you think, our meditation has to come from like the shit that we're supposed to get through meditation, we're not going to get it through meditation because we're going to have to get it from something outside of us. You feel me? So if I'm praying for a revelation, then it gets a little bit trickier, because it's like, if I'm praying within the confines of something, only the things that are associated within that can give me the revelation to it. You feel what I'm saying? But there's a transcendence to where no matter where you are, once you understand yourself and you have that self-mastery, you can get the nuggets and the messages wherever you're supposed to get it from. Case in point, if I grew up in a certain religion, like when I grew up in religion, I could only take advice from people that were religious. I can only get my messages from the religious people. You feel what I'm saying? It's like, oh, this person was prophesying for me. They gave me this information, right? You evolve, you go to a different route. Let's look at astrology. You feel what I'm saying? If I'm setting intentions for this and my astrological reading says this is what's going to happen for me, then I'm going to be more apt to listen to it. I'm not going to listen to anything else, because this is what I set my realm up for the intentions when I have my prayers and my meditations. You feel what I'm saying? Tarot do the same thing. Numerology does the same thing. Whatever confines you're set in, and if you establish within yourself that my prayers have to go outside of myself, it's going to be something outside of myself to get in. So now, when you understand that I'm the internal point, I'm the focal point that really makes all of this shit happen anyway, I have to validate the astrology. I have to validate the prophecy. I have to validate all of these things. You can flip that and then internalize within yourself. You pray to yourself and then you meditate back down, and that's the self-mastery, because now, no matter where I go, I'm going to get the answer. You feel what I'm saying? Animals can give me my symbolism. You feel what I'm saying? And then you're still able to reach into that realm and say, okay, I can get that from that religious song, or I can get that from this point. I can get that from that tarot reading. I can get that from all of these different things, because now you're the compass. You're the center point. You're no longer the dependent point. You feel what I'm saying? But ourselves are not taught to be mastered, but taught to be manipulated. And we allow ourselves to have our control relinquished. You feel what I'm saying? We relinquish our control to something outside of us, and from that point forward, everything else that we have to follow through has to be outside of us. So from our relationships, from wherever it is that we choose to interact with, it's hard to find that reverberation to what's in you. You feel what I'm saying? To make the rest of the shit a reality. You know? So let's look at, so when we look at the relationships that we have and things like that, a lot of our relationships, the reason why they're reflections and the reason why they go the way that they go is because what's on the inside of us when we're reverberating with these people? What's on the inside of us? What are we lacking? What are we missing? Do we know what we're lacking? Do we know what we need? Do we even know what we have in a relationship?